Hey guys, Altug here with second week updates. I've merged a few videos together because I've fallen behind on a few videos. I haven't been able to film for a few days, mainly because I'm getting ready for Thailand. I'm off next Tuesday, so just in a bit of a mad rush to get everything going, get everything together. But yeah, this week's been a bit of a funny week actually. Obviously I'm still feeling a bit fragile in the upper back, in the neck area. But I did go and see an osteopath yesterday, and he was actually quite impressed with pretty much everything. So he said my posture was pretty good. He measured my reflexes because I thought I'd trapped a nerve, so he did a lot of nerve tests and I passed all those with flying colours. He did a strength test, I passed all those. So he basically said that my muscles are doing a great job of keeping everything where they should be. He did say, I did mention an old injury to him, which was my left shoulder. Ever since I was 16, I'd injured it sort of clashing with someone in the shoulder. And he said that my clavicle, just on top of the shoulder here, joining onto the shoulder blade area, he said that's slightly off. And he said my upper traps are working really hard to keep my shoulder blades back. So he said they're doing a great job of doing that, but because of that they're getting knotted up. And he basically broke down all the knots in my back. And what else? He said I had really tightness in my neck. So that was the area that I thought I'd trapped a nerve in. He said I didn't trap a nerve, I just pulled a muscle. So he said that will ease off in time. He just broke down some knots in there as well, eased off on the tension. Other than that, he was quite happy with everything. So that's good news. I should be back to lifting heavy weights as soon as I get back to Thailand. I've just got to be careful, just make sure my technique's perfect. Okay, in terms of how I'm getting on statistic wise, a lot of my stats have actually gone down this week. So although I'm in a bulking phase, it's a bit strange because I've had to work out on a limited schedule. I've had to customise my workout so that I can accommodate my injury. Obviously I didn't want to take the whole 2 weeks off of the gym. So I have been going to the gym, but just working on a few bits and bobs here and there, and not as high intensity as I'm used to. So my weight actually went down this week to 14 stone, which is the lightest I've been for a little while actually. So 14 stone, down from, I think I was 14.2 last week, 14.3. My arms went down as well to 16, which is, again, that's the smallest they've been for almost, I think, about a year now. So I really need to get those back up and going. But my waist went down as well. My waist, I lost about an inch on my waist. I'm on to 35 3/4, down from 36.5. So that's quite a big drop. Everything else stayed the same. Actually, my chest went down slightly. My chest went back down to 45 3/4. Everything else stayed the same. I do attribute some of the losses to perhaps water loss, because what I did do over the weekend, I was a little bit naughty. I went to a fancy dress party, went as The Rock, obviously, and yeah, drank a little bit. So the next day, I did make the mistake of not really rehydrating. I didn't drink much water throughout the night or pretty much the next day. So that was a big mistake on my part. And because of that, I have lost, I reckon a lot of the measurement losses have come from water. So if that's the case, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Water's not real weight or real measurements, so I'm not too concerned about that. And I did do the measurements, I think it was the day after or the day after that, so it was either 1 or 2 days after the party. So perhaps I wasn't rehydrated back to my normal stats. But I'm not too concerned about that. Obviously I've got the good news from the osteopath now, so I'm pretty confident I can start hitting the gym with a lot higher intensity like I'm used to. So I'll get the weight back up really quickly. Other than that, yep, I've got a picture update for you as well. Again, it's not looking great. I'm not really going to look good for another, probably another 4 months actually, because I'm still going to be bulking up. So my waist, I'm not expecting to lose much around my waist while I'm bulking. So that waist is always going to be there for about 4 months. When I start cutting down, that's when you're really going to start seeing the fruits of my hard work. So you're going to see all the shape of the muscles that I'm bringing out. So yeah, just a heads up for you. Don't expect me to be looking great, but I am going to do what I tell you. So when I build muscle, you're going to see me bulking up. It might not be pretty for the first 3-4 months, but then when you see me cutting down, you'll really start to see the hard work coming through. Okay, I can't really think of anything else to update you on. Again, it's been a funny week. I've had to customize my workout. It's not really the kind of workouts I'm used to, and all the structure's been messed up, and I've had to chop and change body parts. So it is what it is. I've tried to make a good situation out of my injury, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. At least I'll be fresh for next week when I'm in Thailand, and then the real heavy iron slinging starts. Alright, take care guys. Remember to ask me all your questions, leave me all your comments, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, like it up, share my video, everything. Cool.